everyone, this is Talk Time with Cynthia. I'm coming today kind of touching on some of the things I was saying the other day about there's good people in our society, in this world. So I have some stories from Reader's Digest, and I want to read them to you and just some proof of what I'm talking about. Sometimes we get into our own little corner of the world, and we just end up just seeing, metaphorically speaking, 3 feet in front of us, and then we tend to get into the mind frame of that's the way life is, and to just accept it, and that's not true. So there is 24 stories about the touching kindness of strangers that'll make you tear up. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And it says, we asked readers for first-hand account of compassion. Here are 24 stories that touches your lives and our hearts. Okay, that touch your life and their heart. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. My son is iced up all the time. I'm gonna be eating some blackberries. They taste so good too, y'all. Because I just took my medicine, but I wanted to go ahead and get this video out. So I'm just gonna go ahead on and have my little snack. And I do apologize for anybody who I don't want to disrespect anybody. Okay. And these blackberries is by Driscoll's, the only finest berries. So these are Driscoll berries. See that? That's why I got my blackberries from. They so fresh, y'all. Go get y'all some. Okay. Then it says, this is the first story. The man at the market. When the supermarket clerk tallied up my groceries, I was $12 over what I had on me. I began to remove items from the bags. Then another shopper handed me a $20 bill. Please don't put yourself out, I told him. Let me tell you a story, he said. My mother is in the hospital with cancer. I visit her every day and bring her flowers. I went this morning and she got mad at me for spending my money on flowers. She demanded that I do something else with that money. So here, please accept this. It is my mother's flowers. Absolutely amazing, y'all. You see what I'm saying? It's just not right in front of you. It's all over the world, and let me prove it. Okay, this article was by Leslie Wagner, and guess what this one from? I don't know where y'all from, but I guarantee you, it wasn't your next door neighbor. It could have been your next door neighbor, or it could have been in some other part of the world. I'm telling you, it's good people all over the world. Just try and connect. But guess where she's from? She's from Peel, Arkansas. You see what I mean? Absolutely amazing. And then number 2, or the next article, is by Jim. Jim and the Job. That's the title, Jim and the Job. My neighbor Jim had trouble deciding if he wanted to retire from the construction field, until he ran into a younger man he'd worked with previously. The young man had a wife and 3 children and was finding it difficult to make ends meet. Since he hadn't worked in some time, the next morning, okay, I read that wrong. The young man had a wife and 3 children and was finding it difficult to make ends meet since he hadn't worked in some time. The next morning, Jim went to the union office and submitted his retirement paperwork. As for his replacement, he gave them the name of the young man that was 6 years ago, and that young husband and father has been employed ever since. Y'all see? You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, let's be better. And the person who this article printed was Miranda McLean, and from Brutus, Michigan. Okay, so these stories coming from real people. It's not fiction stories. So this stuff is really happening, people. Okay, or should I say, Talk Time family? I love you guys so much. And then this one right here says a family's food angel. Okay, I'm gonna tell you up front. It's a lot of these, so, and I'm not a fast reader, so this might be a part 2, maybe not. But I'm just giving you heads up. Then it says a family's food angel. While going through a divorce, my mother fretted over her new worries. No income, the same bills, and no way to afford groceries. It was around this time that she started finding boxes of food outside our door every morning. Excuse me, y'all. My sinus is acting up. This went on for months until she was able to land a job. We never did find out who it was who left the groceries for us, but they truly saved our lives. And this is by Jamie Bolin Emmett, and this one was from Emmett, Idaho. So yeah, amazing. And that's something that we could do right now, y'all. We can like when you notice somebody having a hardship and they going through and they got kids, even if they don't got kids, but especially if they got kids, and you can reach out and you can help, and you have more than enough, reach out. Be the difference. Be that change that you want to see. Okay? And then the next one says, color me amazed. I forgot about the rules on liquids and carry-on luggage. So when I hit security at the airport, I had to give up all my painting supplies. When I returned a week later, an attendant was at the baggage area with my paints. Not only had he kept them for me, but he looked up my return date and time in order to meet me. See, y'all, this give me chills, I'm telling you. And then it says, okay, so this is from Marilyn Kinsella, and she's from Canmore, Canada. So I'm telling you, we are good people. We just had some bad things happen to us, but we are good people, and we can get past it. We can get past the hurt and the pain, and we can reach out to each other. And then this one says, 7 miles for me. Leaving a store, I returned to my car only to find that I'd locked my keys and cell phone inside. A teenager riding his bike saw me kick a tire and say a few choice words. "What's wrong?" he asked. I explained my situation, but even if I could call my wife, I said she can't bring me her car key since this is our only car. He handed me his cell phone. Call your wife and tell her I'm coming to get your keys. That's 7 miles round trip. Don't worry about it. An hour later, he returned with the keys. I offered him some money, but he refused. Let's just say I needed the exercise, he said. Then, like a cowboy in the movies, he rolled off into the sunset. And this is by Clarence W. Stephens and from Nicholasville, Kentucky. Now, let me tell y'all, don't discredit our young people. It's more than them that we want to give them credit for. Don't discredit them. Do not discredit them. And remember, whatever's in them, us parents, and we don't want to admit, but I'm a strong believer that whatever happened with your kids and the way they turn out is totally something that you didn't give them or something you gave them too much of. I believe that. Okay, comment down below if y'all think I'm wrong. We can have that conversation too. So, and then the next one is the little lift. One morning, I left a restaurant just ahead of a woman assisting her elderly mom. I approached the curb and paused to see if an arthritic knee I paused to see if my arthritic knees could climb it. To my right appeared an arm to assist. It was that of the elderly mom. Come on now, y'all. My heart was so touched. I'm telling you, everybody can do something from the young people to the old people. We can all do it. We can all do it. And this person that for this article is Donna Moerie, Moerie, Goldsboro, and she's from Goldsboro, North Carolina. Okay, so then we have another one. Just keeping my eye on my time. Bounty for a Navy wife. I was balancing, caring for a toddler, and working a full-time job, all while my Navy husband was on extended duty overseas. One evening, the doorbell rang. It was my neighbor, a retired chief petty officer, holding a bread board loaded with a freshly cut chicken and vegetable stew. I've noticed you're getting a little skinny, he said. It was the best meal I'd had in months. So this was from Patricia Fortney, and this came from Corvallis, Oregon. So my thing on this, she said that was the best meal she had, and I'm sure the meal tasted even that much better because of where it came from and how it came about, because somebody thought about her and noticed her and paid attention. That's the thing. We got to start paying attention to each other, because I believe and I know that we was created. God created us for service, one to another. So we got to reach out and be of service to each other. Because I'm telling you, if we look out one for another, then nobody will be forgotten about. Nobody will fall through the cracks. Trust me and believe that. It says, my granddaughter's dress. I saw a dress in a consignment shop that I knew my granddaughter would love, but money was tight. So I asked the store owner if she could hold it for me. May I buy the dress for you? Asked another customer. Thank you, but I can't accept such a generous gift, I said. Then she told me why it was so important for her to help me. She'd been homeless for 3 years, she said, and had it not been for the kindness of strangers, she would not have been able to survive. I am no longer homeless and my situation has improved, she said. I promised myself that I would repay the kindness so many had shown me. She paid for the dress, and the only payment she would accept in return was a heartfelt hug. And so this is by Stacy Lee, and she's from Columbia, Maryland. See, I'm telling you, she could have been so angry. Even though people helped her, she could have been so angry about her situation and just let that change her and turn her into this bitter person because of her circumstances and situation. But she didn't let that happen. She decided that she was gonna give back the same way somebody gave to her when she saw somebody else in need. So I'm telling you, we in here. We are great, wonderful, amazing people. Okay, then it says white shoulders. Okay. A woman at our yard sale wore a perfume that smelled heavenly and familiar. What are you wearing? I asked. White shoulders, she said. Suddenly I was bowed over by a flood of memories. Bowled over by a flood of memories. White shoulders was the one gift I could count on at Christmas from my late mother. She chatted a while. No, we chatted a while, and she bought some things and left. A few hours later, she returned holding a new bottle of white shoulders. I don't recall which one of us started crying first. That made me feel like getting the Holy Ghost right there. I'm telling you, that's what we need, guys. But this one is by Media Stocksberry. And this is from Powell, Tennessee. So yeah, this is proof. Breaking bread. Last December, before work, I stopped at a deli and ordered an everything bagel, which I love. Those are my favorite. With cream cheese. It was toasty, warm, and I couldn't wait to dig in. But as I left the store, I noticed an older, indigent gentleman sitting at the bus stop. Knowing it would probably be his only warm meal of the day, I gave him the bagel. But all was not lost for me. Another customer from the deli offered me half of her bagel. I was so delighted because I realized that in one way or another, we are all looked after. You understand me? Ooh. And this is from Lillian Figaro. And she's from Phoenix, Arizona. All over the world, y'all. We all over the world. We all care. We all want to reach out. We all want to make a difference. And I do realize that it's not easy, but it can be done, guys. It can be done, okay? And then this one is I can still help. This article here. And it says, as I walked through the parking lot, all I could think about was the dire diagnosis I had handed my patient Jimmy, pancreatic cancer. Just then I noticed an elderly gentleman handing tools to someone working under his stalled car. That someone was Jimmy. Jimmy, what are you doing? I yelled out. Jimmy dusted off his pants. My cancer didn't tell me not to help others, Doc, he said, before waving at the old man to start the car. The engine roared to life. The old man thanked Jimmy and drove off. Then Jimmy got into his car and took off as well. Take home message. Kindness has no limits and no restrictions. Come on now. Kindness has no limits and no restrictions. Ain't no limit to it. And this is by Muhammad Basha. And he's from Gainesville, Florida. He's a Floridian like me, y'all. He's a Floridian like me. Got some love in Florida. I know y'all been hearing some things about Florida, but we got plenty of love in Florida. Okay? And then we have and this one is like it's top note. Like a notebook, top note. When my husband died unexpectedly, a coworker took me under her wings. Every week for an entire year, she would send me a card saying, just thinking of you, or hang in there. She saved my life. She saved my life. You understand? Just a card. Just taking a moment. That's it. Simply just taking a moment. So I'm gonna read one more and then I'm gonna have to shut it down because my time is running out. And I'm gonna read the rest of them for you guys tomorrow. Okay? It says he kept an eye on me. That's the title. He kept an eye on me. Driving home in a blizzard, I noticed a vehicle traveling close behind me. Suddenly, my tire blew. I pulled off the road and so did the other car. A man jumped out from behind the wheel and without hesitation changed the flap. I was going to get off 2 miles back, he said, but I didn't think that tire looked good. Come on, y'all. This is what I'm saying. I just can't. I am so overwhelmed. I'm telling you. We out here. We out here. We out here. We're loving. We're caring. We're ready to help. We are out here, y'all. We are out here. And let's see. It's from Maryland. Atterbury. And that's the name of the person. Maryland Atterbury. And Spokane Valley, Washington. From Spokane Valley, Washington. That's where they from. Okay. And then it says, being kind to strangers is great, but don't forget. And then they got other ways that you can be kind. So other ways, guys. And I'm gonna do this one more because I can't. And then I'm gonna get off. I know I said that was the last one. It says, my commander's call. It was one of my first missions on a gunship during the Vietnam War. I was scanning for enemy fire when I spotted a bright object that looked as if it were coming straight at us. Missile, missile! I shouted into my interphone. The pilot jerked the airplane as hard as he could, dumping guys from one side of the craft to the next. While turning the next, while turns out the missile was a flare we had just dropped. Suffice it to say, the guys weren't pleased. Back at the base, my commander put an arm around my shoulder. Sergeant Hunter, he said, you keep calling them like you see them. Better safe than sorry. That kind act gave me the confidence to be one of the top gunners in my squadron. And this is by Douglas Hunter. And he's from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I'm telling you, we out here in Florida. We out here in Florida. We out here in Florida. We out here, y'all. And full of love. And not just Florida. All over the world. People are reaching out, showing love. Y'all look for each other. Y'all unite. And reach out for those that is afraid to reach out. Y'all that ain't afraid to reach out. Reach for those who are afraid to reach out, and we can make a difference in this world. We can make a difference in this world. That's what we can do. Because I just believe, I refuse to believe that there is nothing that can be done. I believe that. I believe it. Call me naive, but I believe it, guys. So anyway, thank you guys. I love you to pieces for loving me. Come stopping over to my channel and spending time with me. I love you. I love you for that. I love you guys for that. Look, I'm finna get in the spirit, and I know this ain't the place for that. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep it on the low. So, but I really appreciate y'all spending time with me, listening at what I have to say, and taking interest in what I have to say. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the bell. I'm trying to get used to saying this stuff. So I'll get used to it after a while, and then it'll just roll off my tongue. And don't forget to click the bell. Don't forget to share with your family and friends. And let them know what your girl Scent is doing. Let them know what your girl Scent is doing. Because we getting it popping over here. That's all I gotta say. We getting it popping over here. And just love and kindness is what we trying to do. We trying to spread it into the world, y'all. And I talk to you guys later. And I love you guys so much. I love you to pieces. Bye-bye.